session that's being recorded. We're going to be continuing on in terms of constructing the Facebook advertisement that's due for, we changed it from next week to the week after to give you more time to finish it. But if you want to hand it in next week, that's also fine. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now. I think it's already being shared, and take it from there. As we just finished wrapping up the exercise files we did earlier, I can see a lot of you uploaded your finished results. So it's very nice to see everyone taking part, and you're all following instructions, and you're all doing a great job with the things I asked you to do. So that's very good. I like to do this from time to time just to make sure everyone is on point and everybody is learning together, okay? So the rest of you that haven't been able to contribute it, please do so. So do keep track of these things, and just, you know, it goes towards your participation and stuff, okay? So I got 8 responses so far. I'm sure there's many more of you that's going to be uploading your files very soon. I'm just going to refresh this after. All right, so we have one more item on the list left to cover, and that's the actual Facebook assignment. I already talked about the details. So again, you're doing an ad for Facebook, okay? Why Facebook? Because there's billions of users every day and month to month. So it's still the most popular platform for like, you know, small business marketing, advertising. And of course, you can then scale that to anything that you like. You can use other social media platforms, right? Whether it's YouTube or TikToks or whatever. So we're gonna do Facebook for now. You can even look up Facebook ad size, okay? 2023. So it says 1080 by 1080, but I know for the horizontal version, you're still gonna get, what's this? 1200 by 628. That's another one for the more horizontal size. So you can do either or, okay? You can do 1080 by 1080 or 1200 by 628. I like 1080 honestly because it's more up to date. I think it's good. It's like a square format, and it's good for Instagram too. So you can't go wrong with this new updated version, especially for mobile access and things like that, okay? So maybe we'll switch it to this one. I know it says, where's the size here? Oh, it says 1000. Okay, so I did update it, okay? Because I know before I had the old one. I changed it up. And if you do either one, I mean, it's okay, but this is the one we'll stick with, 1080, 1080. Okay, so we have some sources here to work with. This is a Lego ad as an example. We're gonna construct a MacBook Pro ad. Now, I don't know if these images are the latest, but we can get some newer ones if we want, or we can use the existing ones. But the main thing is I'll show you how to start this project or assignment and put it together, okay? So what I need you to do also is grab these MacBook Pro resources. If you click on this link here, you should get all these images that are available for us to use. So I'm going to download this to my desktop right now. Okay, so save that to the desktop. And there's the zip file. I'll just uncompress it. And there's the folder. In that folder, I'll have a picture of a MacBook Pro, okay, which is a Apple computer. It's a laptop, of course. There's the machine inside. This is some of the new features. Now, this keyboard is discontinued. They used to have this. It's called the scrubbing feature. Actually, the one my computer has this right now. They stopped doing it for whatever reason. So right now they have I kind of like the scrubbing feature. It was like a digital touch board on the computer. So I'm kind of happy that I have that version right now, and I use it, whether it's for video editing, whether it's for like emojis, or whether it's for like quick actions and applications. It comes handy. So it is like a digital artboard that they added on the thing. And of course, there's some more aesthetics and designs, just some pictures I got for the MacBook Pro ad. In addition to this, I might want to get I mean, look, we can do any ad. Maybe we should update this and get some new ones, right? So we could technically go to the internet and get some new sources, which I'll teach you how to do. I know you already know how to use the internet, but to get the sources and to optimize them for Photoshop is something you have to be careful. So let's just keep this for now and we'll add some more of our own, okay? So if I go to the browser right now, and if I type in, MacBook Pro, I know there's a newer model, of course, and we'll go to the Apple website. Let's see what the Apple website has in store. So I think now they're on their M3 processor. This is the new M3, okay? My friend just bragged about, I think he spent $10,000 on a computer. Okay, he got a supercomputer. He got like the actual tower and stuff, and the M2 Pro processor with maxed it out. $10,000 he spent. And guess what happened? The M3 just came out. Right? You see what I mean? So don't spend $10,000 on a computer, okay? Just spend like 3 or 4, if that, right? Maybe 2, okay? Because then guess what? Your computer, after 3 years, you have to maybe just get an upgrade. So, but my friend is like that. He likes to have the best of the best. And this is what happens, right? The M3 just came out. Now it's still like not too long ago. Okay, so I can use this. Oh, this is a nice 3D pictures here. It's got the nice 3D perspective in there. Some images. Yeah, sorry. So this is a nice image we can use. I mean, we can grab some other sources. This is an animation here that they have. Oh. Okay, so either we can grab some sources from here, or you can grab sources of your own. It's up to you. I like how they added more. Look, see how they added more animation now? Before, the Apple never had this. Now, every time you go to one of these things, they have an animation playing. It's pretty cool, actually. They changed it up a bit. So it's not just an image, right? But if I go ahead and go under images and see what they have when I typed in the MacBook Pro, you can get some of the new images that they have for the computer. Maybe I'll do, let's get the logo in there. So maybe the MacBook Pro, like this MacBook logo. I mean, we can type it, but I think the typography is okay. So I'm gonna right click and save this image, although it's type. I'm gonna save it as an image because it's like a wordmark logo. So therefore, I don't want you to invest time to recreate a logo. You did that last time in Illustrator. So if you get an image logo, you can use it, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now just to save some time. So we're gonna go to the MacBook Pro sources and I'll save that in there. Another thing I want is the Apple, okay? So I definitely want the Apple logo. So I'm gonna right click, save image as, and I'll save the Apple logo as well inside my thing. And then what else do I need? Maybe this is a better option. I don't know. I'll go with that for now. I have the computer already, so I think we're okay. I just wanted to get a few more sources and show you how to get stuff off the internet. Now, be careful if you get some other formats that are not supported, okay? Other things you can do in here, if you go to Tools, Size, if you go large, it'll give you larger resolution files, which is maybe better for quality. So if you type in large format, these pictures are much better than the standard pictures. You can do filter your Google search, okay? So whatever you're into, and you can basically, control your results, okay? Just something like that. You can even go, look, color. Let's say I go with green. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen here, but see, look, green filters came up, all these green logos. So you could do very specific searches, but you're not gonna get as many options if you get too specific, if you know what I mean, right? So you might wanna just clear the results and just get a normal search result. All right, so let's go ahead now back to Photoshop, because a lot of the stuff you might use the internet to get your sources. So we're gonna go ahead and reconstruct this ad right now. Oh, what more things to get pictures from? There's pixabay.com. This is a good free website to get images from, Pixabay. Okay. There's also Pexels. Pexels.com, another good website for images. Which one? Freepic.com. Yeah, that's a good one too. Freepic.com. Yeah. What's that other one? It's like it's on top of my tongue. I forgot the name of it. Unsplash. Thank you. Unsplash. That's a very popular one that my students like to use as well. Unsplash, right? So there's a lot of websites you guys can generate to get your, because you might want to get a background or something, right? And of course you can generate, I don't know if you guys have AI generated software, you can generate your backgrounds with AI. You can do a lot of stuff with AI now. I don't mind if you guys use AI, but you still have to use the Photoshop techniques that you're learning with me, right? Because I can't really know sometimes if it's AI or not. It's very hard to tell sometimes. All right, so let's go ahead and, maybe I should have used one of these ones here. Just gonna get one background image here. Right. So this picture here, if you download it for free, they might ask you to give them some kind of credit. You can donate, or you can just give them a like on their social media page. It helps them. So I strongly recommend you do that. This way it's, you're doing your due diligence and it's royalty free sometimes, okay? All right, let's go ahead and use these sources now. We'll have a picture of a background, Apple logo, MacBook Pro. We have some computer pictures. Let's put this ad together right now for the new MacBook, maybe the M3 or whatever we're doing, okay? The main thing is I'll show you how to start. And then it's up to you to put this together. By the way, you're not doing a MacBook Pro ad, okay? I want you to do something different. As a matter of fact, I'll show you what my other students did last semester. What do you think? Right? I'll show you what my other students did. You want to see it now or later? Okay, now it is. Okay, boss. I'm kidding. Let's go. Here we go. So, Humber 23. Let's go to 2023 WDDM projects. Okay, Facebook ads. Okay, here we go. So some of them did. Okay, I think that was just a concept there. So there's an ad, Corona Extra. Okay. If you want to see how this ad was made, I can just double click and show you the Photoshop file. So watch what the student did here, okay? So the student put this there, see? That wasn't there. The student put it there. This typography was there, okay? This Corona bucket was there, and this bottle was here, and this logo was there, and this was there, and this was here. You see? So this whole thing was a composition to put the ad together in Photoshop to make an ad. Okay? This is all the layers, see? All the layers. Same thing we're doing with that assignment exercise I gave you earlier, but putting the photo together. Difference is you put in your own creative design to make an ad out of it, right? This is a lot of fun to do this. If I were you right now, I'd probably do like 10 ads. I'm kidding. Maybe I'll do like a few. All right, here's another one here. This is Arshdeep. He did a nice Foot Locker ad. And again, if I open it, I'll show you how Arshdeep constructed the whole design. Look at all the layers. Okay? Look, this was a layer. Look, all these lines I think were together. Uh-oh. Don't give me this now. Oh, here we go. This was all together. This was together. Logo, right? Some layers are locked. I can't really drag them, right? But basically, this is how you put the whole ad together, okay? Background, gradients, colors. I think he did a good job on this ad as well. All right. And then here's another one here. It's a coffee ad. This is Rohit. There's another one. Nintendo Switch. I don't mind if you do the mock-up like that to show me what like a presented type of piece might look like. That's fine. There's another one here. I don't know. A little too much fantasy time there. It's okay. It's a big fan of Game of Thrones, I think, or something. The Dragon Insurance. Okay, here's another one here. AMD Gaming. There's another one here. The fashion ad. Okay, there's another one here. Anne's Garden. Car rental company. This one I said, well, like, you know, the work for this one doesn't look like a lot, eh? But look how much layers this person put into it. That's why I need the layer file. Look, it's even got folders, because each folder has a set of layers. So if I just zoom into this picture, look at all the layers that were, like next week I'll show you some more advanced layer composition techniques. But if you zoom in here, this was how this was constructed within the actual piece of the camera. Do you see that? So this is inside the camera. It was like a mask they put together to do the actual effect. I thought it was really interesting how the student did that. So it zoomed into the camera to show the detail. Nicely done, right? It was a Canon ad too, right? So a lot of layers, a lot of technical use in creative design with this too. So did a good job, okay? So, you know, like you can do so many things once you put your efforts and mind into it. Okay, here's another one over here. Some more food advertising and delivery services and stuff. Okay, more food ads. Okay, here's another one over here. I like this effect with the hair. You see how the effect, you see that a lot in advertising now, images overlapping text. That's a really, it adds more dimension to your design. So you can do a lot of that stuff with, you know, images and elements. Next week, I'll show you masking in more different detail. You can do things like that very easily. That's why I gave you an extension for this assignment, because I want to teach you more stuff. So next week, when I teach you more things like that, you can incorporate that in your ad. So I give you an extra week to end it in, okay? So you can do better. All right, so it's a nice design as well. And of course, then we have more things like this. And if I just show you what this one looks like, because sometimes I'm like, this is a lot of, yeah, you can see how many fruits this person did, right? Very healthy looking ad. You can imagine the amount of fruits and vegetables you can put in here, okay? So you can do lots of that stuff. You can save yourself some time by grouping images if you like, but that's something that you want to do. All right, and then there's another one over here. Some more food advertising, just in time for lunch. When you guys get getting hungry, you can grab some food after, right? Right, and here's some rock climbing ad as well, and more of this stuff. Cupcakes, right? And yeah, QR codes and stuff work well. I mean, honestly, for print, QR codes are good. For the screen, I guess they can work. You can scan a QR code with your phone, but it's not a bad way to add that, okay? So this was my last section that I had this year, probably in the summer or spring time that they had this done. All right, so you get a good idea now? Everybody did something different, you see? Different themes, different things that you like, you can do a different ad. All right, so let's get now to the exercise. So I gathered some sources. I'll show you how to get started. And next week, I'll show you some more advanced techniques to add to your arsenal of skill set, okay? Let me just check up on my students here in case somebody has a question or someone's watching. Okay, we're good. So you go to Photoshop. You start a new ad. You can go to new, and you can go from the presets. You can start from the web preset, because the web is like a web advertising, a web page, or a web ad, or whatever. So you go to the web. You can pick any format, but what you have to do is you have to reconstruct the width and the height. So the width will be 1080 pixels, and the height will be 1080 pixels. I'm not going to use the artboard, okay? I'll do artboard next time when we do a website or something for multiple pages. So no artboard, because it's one artboard. The only time you put artboard is if you have more than one artboard. Make sense? Okay, so otherwise don't bother because it's going to give you more little hiccups along the way. Okay, 72 DPI always, RGB color always, okay? Because that's what the main settings like. So I'm basically following my template from my project requirements that are right here. And you can see here, 1080, 1080 RGB mode, right? So I'm following the same requirements here. So once you have that set up, you can click create, and there's your advert, okay? Then you start placing your sources. Now, what I haven't shown you yet, I know I showed you how to open files, save files, copy and paste selections into other documents, but how do you place images in here? There's several ways. You can go to File, Place Embedded, or Linked. There's two different ones. 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, there was only one place, just like Illustrator, place. Now there's two place. Place embedded means you're putting the file into this file. Linked means you're relying on the link, which is a little risky, because if you lose the original link, they'll be missing from your original file. But what's good about linking is you can edit it in Illustrator. Like a case scenario would be Illustrator logo, linked. If you change the color, it'll update the file here too. You follow me? It's a linked file. So honestly, just for now, to keep it simple, I would abstain from linked, just stick with embedded. This way you have no problems missing files and images. So just use embedded for now. And I'm gonna go ahead and grab my first image from my MacBook Pro sources that I have. I'm gonna use this nice background of this diver that it has, okay? I think Samsung uses this in something similar. So I'm gonna use this thing here, this image, place it, and Photoshop will place it in proportion to what I have, which is good. But if I want it to be the full size, should I do this? Is that acceptable? No, right? That's not acceptable. So I'm going to press Command Z, right? What I'm going to instead of do is hold Shift, and you can, as long as you hold Shift, it'll constrain the proportions. You hold Shift so you don't ruin the actual proportions. It's okay if the image surpasses the document. It's fine. Press Enter, and it is what it is. You can then move it around, right? So you have more play with your design. So I can maybe kind of do this if I want, right? Okay? Yeah, that's right. I could have alternatively done this. So I could have done this. Drag. Well, let me do it with something else. The logo. See the logo? Drag, drop. Okay? You can do the same thing. Okay? Now, here's the thing when you drag and drop. It's a big apple. It's a smart object. This is called a smart object. A smart object means this. Like, pixels are always going to be there, okay? Photoshop is a pixel program. It's called a paint program. Unlike Illustrator, it's a drawing program. That's why you're learning two of the best programs in this class. The best drawing program is Illustrator, and the best, paint program is Photoshop. Those are the two. The other programs out there, they're okay, but they're just composition software. But these two are the original production software that you need for any industry. Web, print, graphic design, whatever. So you're always going to get pixels in Photoshop. But the thing is about this is you can actually go ahead and change the mode now. So you can go and do like maybe, I don't know, you can do something like this, overlay. I'll do what's called soft light. Soft light blends the color. If it's black or white, it gives different result. Next week, I'll show you some more advanced stuff you can do with things like this. So you could do what's called a blend. You can also do what's called opacity, right? So you can control how much vivid this thing actually is, okay? So next week we'll get into this stuff, but now I'm introducing you to some of the things you can do by placing images together, right? Next, let's grab this MacBook Pro thing. Just drag it in, boom, resize it, Okay, I'm just gonna go maybe at the top. How do I center this? How do I do it right in the middle, right? So here's how you center it. Because these options are not available. Do you know why? It doesn't know the reference. But if I press Command A or select all, right? And I have the layer selected, I then can go and use the alignment tools based on my selection. So you see, selection is the key in Photoshop. Whether it's alignment, copy, paste, pixels, anything. Selection, selection, selection. This is why we're focusing the first 3 weeks in this module on selections. It is the most integral part of Photoshop. So I'm going to center it perfectly, and then just as important, I'm going to deselect. Because you can't leave a selection on. When you're done, deselect the selection. Select it or deselect it. Okay? All right. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in some of the other parts here. Perhaps the computer. Like, let's go back to file, place, embedded. I don't want to drag and drop all the time. So you're doing a lot of this. Here's the laptop, place, okay, enter. How do I get rid of the white background? I can use every tool, but remember the magic wand? Magic wand got lost, but it's still the #1 quick, fast solution, deleting background tool. Because the magic wand, all you do is you click on the white background and you press delete. But you know what's going to happen? Because I place images, if you want to edit images, it doesn't like the fact that it's a smart object. So if you get this message, just press OK. It's going to rasterize. You have to do this. So remember this step. Rasterize the layer. If you want to get rid of background, if you want to edit the layer, you got to rasterize the layer. Now, rasterize the layer compromises scalability. So if you're sure that's the size, you're not going to go small, big, right? You're going to just delete the background. It's okay to rasterize the layer. Just make sure you rasterize it. Look what happens when I rasterize the layer. You see these little icons? That means they're smart objects. But when I rasterize it, this will lose the icon, which means it's an editable layer. So if I do this, see? I can edit the layer. You can grab the eraser and erase the picture. Because the other ones, it won't let you. So now I can go and press delete, okay, and deselect, and there's the new, whatever, laptop image. Okay. Again, if I go to any of the other layers, I can't go and delete stuff because it's not a rasterized layer. So just keep that in mind, please. All right, next I'm gonna grab some of these images. Now, another thing you can do is this. You can open this in Photoshop, or just go like File, Open, okay? And open this, for example. So how do you bring this in here? Same way I taught you with the earlier exercise. You make a selection. In this case, I'll use the magic wand. Watch this. Click on the white background. Select inverse. Inverse means select the sub. Well, look, it's picking up this stuff here. Let me press Q, quick mask mode. Oops. Quick mask mode. Use the brush. Clean it up. Honestly, this might take me a long time. So here's what I'll do. Method 2. I'm going to use my quick selection tool and simply select it like this. Okay? I think I grabbed a little extra here. So if I press Q, I can take out the whites by simply going to the brush, press X. There, okay? Press Q again, selection, copy the selection, go to my other document, paste the selection. So you can copy, paste, resize, Command T. Can try a different blend mode with this as well. It might work. I'll try it. Right? Maybe this. And then I can even reduce the opacity, right? To some degree, I can do that. Always keeping my MacBook Pro at the very top. So it's very, more legible and stuff. Maybe I can move it to a different location. And make it a little smaller. Right? I'll let you do the design. I mean, first you have to start somewhere with something. All right. What else can you do? MacBook. Maybe I can make it. How do I change the color? This is not text. This is an image. How do I change the color? Next week I'll show you layer styles. I'll quickly give you a tour now. If I double click, if you do color overlay, you can pick any color you want. So I could change it to white instead of black and do that. You see? I can add like a drop shadow and make it really, really pop out. I'll do some single digits here. 5, 5, 5. So next week I'll teach you some of these techniques. Okay, you can move it even here. Right, whatever. I can put it wherever I want. All right, so this is how you're gonna build this ad, by using images and techniques. Next week I'll teach you some more of this stuff. But today I wanted to show you how to start the size, the resolution, gathering sources, starting the composition, getting the ad to work the way it's supposed to be. Ultimately, you can finish this whole thing, and when you're done, you save it as a Photoshop file. You always save it as a Photoshop file, so MacBook Pro adverts. I'll save it on my computer, and I'll save it as a Photoshop file, because that's what I want to see, your Photoshop file. Okay, and the JPEG would be good for you for social media. You produce the JPEG. Okay, so again, image size. Make sure we're doing, so 15 inches is the equivalent of 1080 pixels. It's the same thing. 15 inches is 1080 pixels in comparison terms. And this is, I guess, a good start, and we can do more after with the rest. See, I missed a few spots down here, but you can see I can put an ad together in no time once you have the skill set to do it. All right, any questions? So you can start today or this week, and then for next week you can get a good, headway, and then you can implement some more techniques that I'm going to show you. Okay. All right, so that concludes the recording. I did explain this assignments earlier. I went ahead and executed the techniques involved and how to start it, execute it, save it, and all that kind of sense. Next week we'll continue one more session into helping you getting this done. And if you have any questions, reach out to me. But I think this is pretty straightforward, and it should be a lot of fun. Okay, so I hope you feel the same way. And don't forget the image reconstruction exercise for today. I will check it later. So I want to make sure everybody participates and gives me something. Okay, so if I go see it here, I want to see everybody give me some responses here. So I want to keep you engaged with the whole exercise thing. All right. Okay, so I'm going to stop the recording now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget, the YouTube thing takes time. So by the time I upload it, I'll try to do my best to do it as fast as possible, because I have to download the video. I got to compress the video, edit the video, upload the video. Okay, so it's extra work for me with this video stuff. But I'll do it for you guys, okay? No problem. It just give me some time. It doesn't happen right away sometimes. That's why it's good that you're here, so you can capture the stuff live. Because really, before, we never did videos. Just the pandemic did that. We never recorded videos. You come to class or you miss a class. Too bad. So it's good that we have the technology. We can utilize it for this. Okay? All right. So having said that, have yourself a great week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.